So, picture this. You're in a meeting. You've prepared what you want to say. You know the topic inside and out. You open your mouth, you speak clearly, and the first thing the person across from you says is, "Oh, I love your accent. Where are you from?"
And immediately, your brain goes somewhere dark. You start thinking, they noticed my accent. That means it's bad. That means I don't sound like a native speaker. I should apologize.
Oh, the secondhand embarrassment from that internal spiral is just palpable. And the worst part, you didn't do anything wrong. Your English was fine. But that one comment, "I love your accent," and suddenly you feel like an outsider in your own conversation.
Here's the thing, listener. For most English learners, the accent isn't the blocker. The apology is. The self-consciousness is. The feeling that your voice doesn't belong in the room. That's what's holding you back.
Welcome to the Westbrook English channel. We are so glad you are here with us. I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel. Today, our deep dive is about something we don't talk about nearly enough. Why your accent is not a weakness to fix. It's actually your superpower, and we're going to prove it.
Before we go any further, let's get one thing absolutely clear. Every single English speaker on this planet has an accent. Every single one.
Say it louder, Josh. Someone from Texas, someone from Dublin, someone from Lagos, someone from Mumbai, they all sound completely different. Nobody walks up to a Scottish person and says, "I'm so sorry about your accent."
Right. Nobody tells an Australian their accent is unprofessional. Nobody tells a New Zealander to reduce their accent in a job interview. So why do so many English learners carry this weight? This feeling that their accent is something to apologize for.
Which brings us to the first shift you need to make. And this one, listeners, is big.
Your accent is proof that you did something incredibly difficult. You learned a second language. Most native English speakers never do that. Never. You are already operating at a level they will never reach.
That is a fact. When you speak English with an accent, you are not failing at English. You are succeeding at being bilingual. It's like showing up to a marathon and apologizing because you're running in slightly different shoes than everyone else. You're still in the marathon. Most people never even started.
It's like linguistic shock absorbers. Your accent absorbs the complexity of two languages and delivers meaning in one. That is not a flaw. That is incredible.
Now, let's talk about why this matters practically. Because, listener, we know what you're really worried about. You're worried people won't understand you. You're worried the accent will block connection. Let's actually break that fear down.
The research on this is fascinating. How clearly someone understands you has almost nothing to do with your accent and almost everything to do with your rhythm, your pacing, your stress patterns. It's not about the sounds, it's about the music.
Let's actually role play this for the listeners. If I say, and I'm going to say this fast and flat, but if I say it with natural rhythm, stressing the important words, I need to go to the store because I have a meeting at 3. The clarity jumps by about 40%. Same accent, totally different experience for the listener.
So, habit number 1 to build. Stop worrying about individual sounds and start focusing on your musicality. Slow down on the words that carry the meaning. Speed up on the connecting words. Let your voice rise and fall.
Now, the second superpower your accent gives you, and this one is huge, your accent is memorable. Think about it. When you speak with a neutral, accentless voice that sounds like everyone else, people forget you. But when you speak with a voice that carries the melody of your first language, people remember you.
That is so true. In a job interview, in a presentation, in a social setting, being memorable is an advantage, not a liability. The goal is not to sound like you grew up in California. The goal is to sound like the most confident, clear version of you.
Which brings us to the third shift. And this one, listeners, is the one we want you to carry with you after this episode ends.
Stop apologizing. Not just out loud. Stop apologizing in your head. Stop starting sentences with, "Sorry, my English is not so good." Stop shrinking before you've even spoken.
Because here's what that apology actually does. It plants a seed in the listener's mind. Before they've even heard what you have to say, you've told them to expect a problem. You've handed them a lens of deficiency.
And the wild thing, if you never said sorry for my English, most people would never even think about your English at all. They just listen to what you're saying.
That is the truth bomb of this whole episode. The apology creates the problem. Remove the apology and the problem often disappears.
Now, before we wrap up, let's be practical for a moment. If you're working on your English speaking confidence, Here are 3 tiny things you can start today.
Number 1, record yourself saying the same sentence twice. Once with an apology in your tone, quiet, hesitant, apologetic. Once with confidence, clear, paced, unapologetic. Listen to both. You will hear the difference instantly, and you'll realize the accent was never the issue. When you take that profit summit.
Number 2, the next time someone says, "Where is your accent from?" Smile and say, "It's from my first language." That's it. Not sorry, not embarrassed, just a fact. Try it once. Watch how different the conversation feels.
And number 3, 1 minute of reading out loud every day. Not to fix your accent, not to sound different, just to get comfortable with the sound of your own voice in English. That comfort is the foundation of confidence.
We are so proud of you for showing up today, pushing through the challenges of learning a new language, and practicing your English with us.
So, to recap, your accent is proof of bilingualism. Your accent is memorable. And the apology, not the accent, is what's actually blocking your connection.
Pick just one of those 3 habits to try this week. Record yourself. Answer the accent question with confidence. Or 1 minute of reading aloud. 1 habit, 1 week.
Thank you so much for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe to the Westbrook English channel. It really helps us reach more learners just like you.
And drop a comment below. Have you ever apologized for your accent? Tell us your story. We read every single one.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep exploring.